The best common in Ixalan, Territorial Hammer Skull. How much does Wizards of the Coast really hate blocking? How much do they want to push aggro? Looks to be a lot, continues to be a lot. Welcome in, much love. Trav here, still out here in Hawaii, but I am booking my travel back October 24. GP Phoenix, Pro Tour Albuquerque, GP Portland. It's going to be a wild one. It's going to be a wild time. I'm very excited, and I hope to see some of you there. Also, other updates of things going on was went to a games club here on the west side of Oahu with my friend Sean Pottinger, MTG 808 Jr., and did a game demo, taught some kids who had never played, or starting to teach some kids who've never played how to play, middle schoolers, excuse me. Having a lot of fun, really like Magic, happy to be involved with helping people learn, especially young people learn, where when me and Sean started, we had the Junior Super Series, and that's actually how we met, but now there's no actual track to get young people into playing the game. You know, LGS is not necessarily the best way to go. So if you were trying to start a game club or something, then you should go ahead and contact my buddy, MTG 808 Jr. Excuse me for 1 second while I woke up a little bit phlegmy this morning. Okay, other stuff going on. I'm going on tour as well to Europe, start of next year. Most likely London. I'm not sure about that in January, but I'll be there for Bilbao, and I'll be there at least for Lyon. A good chance I'll be there for Madrid, Amsterdam, and maybe Bologna. And at Lyon, we are going to have a roughly 1 week live meetup, working and playing together, MTG Pro Testing House type experience, where I'll be able to watch people play and people will get a lot better. If you're interested in that, then you should get in contact with me if you can be there. That's in France, and that's going to be awesome. We have deposits in, so that's definitely happening. Okay, enough for announcements. Territorial Hammer Skull. Okay, is this the best common in Ixalan? I'm not sure because there's some other good commons, but to me, this is just so far above and beyond what we normally see at common. And even uncommon. Okay. 3 mana, 2/3, when it attacks, tap target creature and opponent controls. The stats aren't great. For 3 mana, you generally want at least 3 power. But you don't always get it. You know, sometimes you have Windrake, stuff like that. Point being, I could be wrong that this is not the best common because its stats just aren't good enough. Especially when some of the other colors have beefier critters for this cost. You're spending 3 mana for a 2 power. And trying to race them, sometimes you'll lose that race. So that's the downside. Like you play Windrake, sometimes you'll lose that race. However, 3 toughness here. And what's really interesting is this: as you attack, you tap target creature and opponent controls. This is almost like all your creatures gain unblockable, because in a normal game of Magic, you're usually kind of attacking with everybody or most of your team and then leaving back one creature, your best blocking creature. You can't do that against this, or you can at least, but then you're racing and you have to win the race, and against a deck that is dictating whether it wants to race or not. Right? You get to choose if you're racing or you're waiting when you're playing this card. And they only have one blocker, they can't block anything at all. And you can change the target as they change which blocker it is. Throughout the game, they play better and better blockers. You'll always be able to tap the best one. So one of the issues to playing against it is like, all right, I guess I don't really want to race that bad. I'm going to leave back 2 blockers and attack with just 1 creature so that I have a second blocker. And that turns out to be terrible if, when you're playing, the person with Territorial Hammer Skull also has a removal spell to clear out the second creature, or a pump spell to clear out the second creature. Leaving back multiple creatures is a massive blowout if you lose one of them, because suddenly you wasted all this attacking power. You're not blocking anyways, right? So that's pretty sick, seems super hard to play against. And the way to beat it, I guess, you kill it, or you just play more efficient, better creatures and say, fuck it, I'm not going to block, right? I think that's what you're going to have to do. Another interesting thing is it's a dinosaur. There are some dinosaur synergies. Definitely, there's a good amount of dinosaur synergies. Things that make this extra big, good pump spells with it, and creatures that combo with it and things to make this cheaper and stuff like that. So it's good for that reason too. I see it as a high pick, very high pick in dinos, and also a very high pick in any white deck, even if you're going like white-blue aggro or I don't know about white-black vampires, but even then, like, it just makes it harder for them to eat your lifelinker critters. So I initially I'm saying this is the best common. Again, I could be wrong just because I could be wrong. I haven't looked at everything that closely. I will say that I don't necessarily mind this being the best common that much compared to, say, Renegade Freighter or Gust Walker being the best commons, because those put such a short clock on the game that you just felt like you lost before you really began a lot of the time, especially Renegade Freighter. This one has the same effect where, okay, the best common is extremely aggressive, but its stats at least aren't as pushed as some of those other cards. So while it will be a race, it will be a little bit of a slower race with this set, I think. Another key thing to think about is, and I've talked to, I was in R&D, talked to R&D, why they print cards like these, why the best commons keep coming back to these very aggressive cards. And one of the reasons why, and especially for those of you guys who played Limited, I've been playing Limited for a very long time. Back in Invasion and Masks and Onslaught, there used to be a lot of games where it would come down to board stalls. Each player has like 10 creatures on each side and can't really attack, and then it comes down to who can draw their bomb first, or who's going to even deck first. And that was fucking dumb, right? That was not fun. That wasn't good. I didn't like that. And they print mana sinks to kind of avoid those situations. But now they've just made it made games like that a lot less common by printing more aggressive mechanics, stuff like this, stuff like raid, vehicles, exert, all these attacking mechanics. And I'm a big fan of that. I like that a lot because I think there's a lot more skill in racing, identifying who's going to win the race, how you're going to win the race, whether you want to stop the race and turtle up, identifying your role, am I the beatdown, or both of us the beatdown is actually a real thing, and so on. I like that a lot, and this card is pretty, and these mechanics play well with that rather than, all right, board stall, who can draw their bomb? I think that was fucking stupid. So, pretty cool updates as well. Let me know what you think in the comments of this card. If there's another card you think is the best common, I'd like to see it. That'd be cool. Appreciate you. Much love, and I will be back soon with more. Peace.